So I initially wanted to do one video on high adopts, but I wanted to walk through the menu and it ended up being so long that I thought, why don't I just make it a separate video? So that's basically it. I'll just be going through the menu, all the features, and in the description below you'll see my other video reviewing the gameplay. So a quick rundown of the menu. You start off in headquarters. This is just a basic overview of everything. You can see your current level, you can change the character if you want. I don't really see the point in it. You can see your average KD. Keep in mind this isn't originally my account, I'm not this bad. You can see your win ratio, accuracy, select separate camos for torso, arms and legs. Since there are no in-game purchases, you can get every camo for CR. And you can get this secret camo somehow. I don't know why I have it, but you didn't have to buy it. Apart from that, you can quickly change your weapons, just with other weapons you have. You can also quickly customize them, but I'll go more in depth on customization in a second. You can do the same for your pistol, of course. And you can switch between the sets you have, so you can quickly change your weapons in all sets you own. You only get one at the start, you have to buy them with CR. And you can rename your sets. So to customize your weapons, you just click on customize here. If you want to customize something else, just select a different gun. But we won't. So up here you can see your skins. Then this is something new. There's 15 W tasks on this gun precisely. And each time you do one of them, you get MPs. To unlock the metas, it seems you just need to get a certain amount of kills. And once you get them, it unlocks, you can buy modifications for CR. So you can just put them on there. Then you make sure you save your customization, otherwise it doesn't do anything. And if you actually want to see how much your total modifications do in the stats, you just go to influence by mods. Now I can see these two mods gave me +6 accuracy, -3 recoil, -7 mobility, etc. So just keep getting kills and you can unlock more modifications. And if you're happy with your modification like I am right now, you just click save and that's your gun customized. The next step is the weapon shop. The name should be pretty self-explanatory. It has the same tier system as Conflict Wars had, so every 10 levels you get a new tier. I'm level 12 at the moment, so I have level 1 and 2, tier 1 and 2. Tier 3 is unlocked at level 20, tier 4 at level 30, etc, etc. You can once again early access tiers by this time paying a ton of CR instead of paying a ton of GP in Conflict Wars. And a nice little feature in my opinion is here you can see a bunch of weapon categories. So let's say I want to see all snipers in tier 1, I just click this and it shows all snipers. If I want to see all assault rifles as well as the snipers, I click the assault rifles button. You get the idea. You can also go to all weapons and see almost every weapon. There's a few more which we'll see when we go to the skill trees. And if you click snipers only here, it will only show weapons from the tiers you actually unlocked. So if we take a look at tier 5 for example, here we see the AWM, in tier 4 we see the ASUS, the SVD, etc. But we don't see them here on all weapons because we didn't actually unlock those tiers. If we use this system, I don't really see the point in it, because if we don't specify a category, we can just see them here at the bottom, so that's a bit odd. You also see that nearly every weapon is a weapon from Conflict Wars. Only something like, I don't know. I think they're all from Conflict Wars, to be honest. Yeah, kind of disappointed with the lack of weapons, to be honest, but I think they'll add more in the future. For example, up here we see 44 out of 51. So I'm assuming they'll add more weapons. But we can get a few more from the skill tree, which I'll show later. And there's also a Spectre again. It only shows the Cold Python at the moment, which I have for some reason. And I once again have no clue how I actually got it. A feature I really like is if you go to a weapon you own or don't own, it's probably better if you use one that we customized. You can see a short story and damage drop off, but that's not really my point. Under here, you can see the summary of the statistics. So this is just the statistics of this gun. If we click it again, however, you get the base statistics. If we click it again, you get the statistics not taking your skill tree into account, so you can see exactly what changes the modifications do. And if you click it again, you see the statistics not taking the modifications into account, so you can see the changes the skill trees do. Career is just an overview of your statistics again. On the first tab you can see a quick overview of your KD, your multi-kills and kill streaks, favorite weapon, very basic stats. If you go to the second one, you can see your detailed statistics. A few new additions I like are kills per minute, for example, and max death streak is pretty funny, so you can actually see who is actually the worst at dying. And the third tab is achievements, very basic again. So next up is the skill tree, which I personally really dislike in higher ups. So you start with the middle skill, and then you can go in 4 directions. There's still a bit of traces from how it was done in Conflict Wars. The top one is basically just your pistol skills. On the very top you can unlock the sawed-off and Uzi as special pistols. On your right you get a combination of armor, ammo. This is like the skills you could find in Destroyer in Conflict Wars. But I really don't like how they just mixed up assault through all 4 parts, well, all 3 parts. Down here you see a lot of skills affecting modifications like gunsmith. And on the left you get once again another combination of mobility, accuracy, distance. And here suddenly the grenade skill. I just think it's really odd how they just put a bunch of skills in between each other and split it up in 4 different directions. I don't think it's organized. It's a lot harder to see what direction you want to go and where the good skills are at. I really just like the class system of Conflict Wars itself more. So basically the least important tab, the leaderboard, it's pretty basic. 64 people I believe. Yeah, already reached the max level. It's level 40. If you look at the hours they did it in, you shouldn't have much trouble reaching it anyways. It doesn't seem that hard. You can see their favorite gun if you're interested, and as you can see the top is once again filled with random noobs just like Conflict Wars. And finally you get the servers, and as you can see there's not a lot. I'm not showing empty servers, so this is from level 0 to 15 825 that I can actually join the current servers playing. So yeah, the game is not really active as much as you would want it to be, but it's pretty playable. You can always find a server. So to those that actually found this menu walkthrough useful, thanks for watching. You can subscribe with the button on the screen, and I'll see you in a future video.